David Alan Grier. Now, I'm what you would call a friend of the show. I've done this show over 36 times, but tonight marks my first appearance as the Tony Award winner. It only took me 41 short years to get that award. And now here I am hosting Kimmel in a theater that shares a parking lot with the Hooters. Hey, Guillermo, how many awards has Jimmy won?
Like 3 or 4.
Shut up. What a show-off. Now, as a beloved Tony Award-winning actor, people are always clamoring for information about me. So I've decided tonight I'm going to answer 3 of the most frequently asked questions about me on Google. And by the way, these are real questions, okay? No fake news here. Anyways, first up, what is David Alan Grier doing now? Answering your dumbass questions. Next. Okay, this one isn't even about me. How old is Jamie Foxx? Now, that depends. In regular years, 54. But in black years, 9.5. And this is the #1 question most asked about me on Google. Did David Alan Grier pass away? Yes. Yes, he was smothered under the weight of your mama, okay? Are we good now? Now, there's crazy stuff happening everywhere, especially down in the Sunshine State, where it's time for tonight's edition of This Week in Florida.
The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said a civilian spotted Brandon Wright, who was 34, across from the Volusia County Fairground before 10 a.m. as he carried a machete and picked palmetto berries while completely naked. Wright attempted to rob a victim, even throwing his machete at the victim's chest. Thankfully, only the handle hit the victim and did not injure him. Deputies say Wright then ran off into some brush and got into a white Dodge Challenger. He was later spotted still naked outside a gas station, yelling at drivers, doing push-ups, and behaving erratically.
Well, at least he's working out. As they say, self-care is the best care. Gotta get some vitamin D on that D. Speaking of insane Floridians, Donald Trump is having a tough week. I will hold for your applause. Trump sat for a deposition with the New York State Attorney General today and repeatedly pled the Fifth for over 4 hours, which is interesting because just a few years ago, this is what he said about people who do that kind of thing.
So there are 5 people taking the Fifth Amendment, like you see on the mob, right? You see the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
I don't know. You tell us, you guilty bitch. I gotta be honest. I didn't even know what this deposition was about at this point. The hardest thing is figuring out which crime Trump is being investigated for. It's like, hold up, is this the tax fraud thing, or the insurrection thing, or the voter fraud thing, or the paying off the porn star thing, or the Capitol Police thing, or one of the other 2 Capitol Police things, or the mishandling of classified document things, or the thing where you use the Oval Office to sell beans? Where is the House committee on that one? Meanwhile, down at Mar-a-Lago, the MAGA faithful have a symbol to show their support.
You're just across the intercoastal from the president's... Oh, and I see a protester behind you, too, Phil.
Yeah, there's about a dozen that are here. A lot of them slept in their cars.
A dozen Trump supporters. Or as we say in the theater, 12 angry men. Or women, or anyone who identifies as a monster. And if you're wondering what type of person would go to Donald Trump's house to defend his honor, here you go.
You don't think that there was a real reason to come
No,
here? You think
I
it's just a show?
It's not even think. I know there's no real reason. I know it in my heart. I know it in my spirit. He has never lied about anything.
I know a Trump University graduate when I see one. You know, I'm having a lot of fun doing this late night monologue, but I am a classically trained Tony Award-winning actor from the theater. And in the theater, a monologue is something important. It's a speech by one character bearing their soul, not a bunch of cobbled together jokes about the president's mushroom-shaped penis. Now, with that in mind, I thought I'd class up this dump by talking about one of the biggest news stories of the day, the only way I know how, through monologue, a real theatrical monologue.
It's time for Dagster Peace Theater. We take you now to Palm Beach, Florida, where Mar-a-Lago's most devoted doorman stands guard.
Halt! You federal agents have no right to enter this hallowed homestead. This is the residence of the one Donald Jehoshaphat Trump, former president of these United States. And he told me not to let any women into these grounds unless they're at least a 7. So, you and your fellow troglodytes better vacate the premises post-haste. You cannot see the great Trump. No one's ever seen him. If you look upon him, you'll go blind. Your teeth would fall out of your head. Your bowels will evacuate themselves. Classified documents? Piffle! I care not. This is a matinee. A legend whose touch can heal the sick, whose voice can calm the insane, whose flaxen mane would make godless heathens believe in miracles. So you can huff and puff all you want, but I will not sell out the great Leviathan who taught me that in this country anyone can be president, even if you're dumb as a mule and racist as a racist mule. Oh, what's that? You've got a warrant from a federal judge? Well, that's a horse of a different color. Why didn't you say so? Come on in. And scene. Guys in the booth, can I get a copy of that monologue for my reel, please? Thank you. Just email me.
Ba-da-ba.